We've got a Week 12 division matchup with the New York Giants. We're 5-5 currently on the docket today, and last episode we had just the 1 week episode, and now typically you'd make up for that with the next episode being a 3-week one. This time though, I think we're gonna hold off and do the 3-week episode next time, because in these next 3 weeks we have the Giants and the Eagles. I really want to play both. The Eagles are the only team that have beaten us this year, largely due to my own making, and so definitely want to get that revenge and make sure we don't get swept by the Eagles. Want to play that game. It's probably like the Giants and the Eagles game in Week 14 are probably really the only two games that I really want to play for the rest of this season. We'll find one in Week 17 and 18 to play that we'll like as well, of course. There was a question in the comments of last episode about positions I'm targeting. Normally over the back half of a season, I would be previewing a position group every time in the scouting. I've decided against that this year, mostly because our roster is at a point where it is pretty dang stacked, and so I feel like a lot of the position groups we don't even really need to preview that much. I mean, especially defensively, like where are we drafting somebody early on in the draft on the defensive side of the ball? Where are we doing it? You could say, oh, well, you could perhaps upgrade over Clark, sure, but he only plays in the 3-4. Is you're going to spend a first round pick on somebody who's only going to play in the 3-4, and he's got 82 block shed and 99 strength. All we're asking this player to do is stop the run, and yeah, he doesn't look incredible because he's a 74 normal dev, but he's incredible at what we're asking him to do, which is just stop the run in the 3-4 and 4-4 formations. That's all he plays is goal line and third and short. You know, that's all he plays. And of course, maybe you could say, you know, with Keontae Simmons playing the slot, we could upgrade over Dakota Rich, but I honestly think Dakota Rich plays really well. We could, if there's a 6 safety, I wouldn't mind grabbing a 6 safety over him, but I don't know. Offensively, yeah, we need a couple of offensive linemen, and I'll definitely preview that position. Yeah, we could use a third receiver, but with Odom, Campbell, and Bullocks, we've already kind of got our 3 biggest targets. It's kind of like, to use my favorite team, as you can see with the jersey behind me, the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, are you going to spend a first round pick on a guy who's not going to get that many targets? Because honestly, between Campbell, Odom, Bullocks, and even Fowler, there's not a ton of like Williams gets targeted once or twice a game. And if we had a first round pick, you'd probably get a little bit more than that, but like 3-4 targets a game for a first round pick. So we're just getting to the point where the roster is actually pretty dang stacked. And it's wild to say that after just 3 drafts. We've just had an insane hit rate on our picks, and just, not only with just really good athletic players, but the dev traits have been insane, especially on the defensive side of the ball. But offense, we still have a ton of superstars as well, and so just been something that we've drafted so well. It's at the point where we're spending all these episodes going over all these positions of the draft. I just haven't been doing. We will do a full draft preview though at the end of the season, where I'll just go through all of them at once. Again, it's mostly because I don't know how many positions there are that we really need, and so not gonna go through all the positions every episode to end the season, but rather do it all at once. So let's go ahead and talk about the New York Giants now, the team that we'll be facing today. And their best player is Dexter Lawrence, who is absolute animal, has inside stuff, has El Toro as well, Stonewall. Andrew Thomas, excellent pass protector. Saquon Barkley, just one of the best Madden running backs since he's been in the league. He is 29 years old now. Terry McLaurin, who we gave them at the beginning of the season, is down to star dev at age 30, but still really good hands and route running ability. Kendall Fuller still kicking it, another guy we gave them. And Kayvon Thibodeau at 25 is now an 85 overall player, 85 power moves, really good athleticism. They are quarterbacked by Daniel Jones still in this franchise. So based on how good this team is, I would be pretty surprised if we end up losing this game here to New York. We beat them in our first matchup. That was one of our sim games. We got a couple scenarios here. One of them implies that we're going to be missing a player. So it's a challenge Paul Campbell, I suppose, here. Mostly I just like this scenario because it just gives 2500 XP to Doug Odom. But who is the game deciding to injure for us because of a scenario? Because right now our injury health is clean. Jamal Arnaud is out. He's irreplaceable, dude. We're gonna skip the practice drill. Business as usual. Cowan, he's an absolute stud. He's honestly been just as productive as Arnaud. And so I don't think, obviously Arnaud is massive and you never want to miss out on a player like that. It actually kind of sucks, to be honest. I didn't know who it was going to be. I thought it might be like Doug Odom or something, but we're without Jamal Arnaud for the first time in his career. I guess something happened in practice, tweaked something, and so that does impact our defense. We had Lastly play in year one before we drafted Cowan, and he was okay, and so I don't think that LB2 is all of a sudden going to become a major problem. Ooh, actually, I don't know. Maybe we run a little bit outside. Maybe we throw at medium today. We'll try that. But oof, yeah, that's a big missing player for us this episode. And now if Cowan gets injured in practice, he doesn't, thankfully. Imagine if Cowan got injured in practice now. That would have been tough. Missing Arnaud, really rough. Missing both of our linebackers, that really the heartbeat of our defense. That would have been something that really made things difficult for us. Finally get block shedding into the 60s, so it's not in the red anymore. Cohen here, probably use a little bit of maybe some deep accuracy. We'll go strong arm here. Also, is the scheme fit for us? Gets a couple throw accuracy deep, just what we were hoping for. Trout here, we'll go with, oh, that run block finesse is pretty bad. He gets one of it, so that's fine, I guess. We'll go zone for Wilcox, where he has excellent man coverage because he's a corner. 2 awareness. 2 awareness, dude. Zone safety upgrades are literally the worst in the entire game. They need to be patched and buffed. Zone upgrades for safety are the worst in the game by a mile, man. We haven't looked at any of these yet. We do have some guys, particularly Kershaw. If he doesn't re-sign, all of a sudden running back becomes a need to get a compliment there. Dakota Rich also, let's make sure we try to lock him up for a little bit. From 2 years 8. Says yes. Kershaw doesn't want to be here, but from 2 years 9. Says no. We obviously have a million cap space because everybody's on a rookie deal on the entire team. I think lastly, he's going to be playing a bit for us. Just having a cheap backup for the next couple of years could work. He doesn't want to be here, so backup linebacker. Starting to maybe see a couple spots where we could use a draft pick now. Running back. Some Linebacker depth could become a problem for us, but everybody else is pretty much replaceable easily. So with that being said, I think we're ready to hop in and play the Giants. At home once again, which in real life would be a pretty big boon, having teams have to come over to London every time they had to play us. In Madden, not as much of a factor here. But going against Daniel Jones, surprised he's still the guy, you know. I think in real life, Giants fans would not be mad if New York drafted a quarterback this year, of course, depending on where their pick actually ends up. But in here, he's gonna play out the length of that contract. I believe this would be his last year on it, so we'll see if this is his contract year, which I think it is, if they'll stick with him after that. But for us and our team, without our best player today, definitely going to make things harder here in this divisional matchup, but still got confidence in the boys. Third down, we need just 2 here, and I'm just going to run it. We're going to get the first on an 8-yard Cohen run. Definitely could have just thrown it to the flat, but I like getting a little QB rushing yards every now and then if we can. 2nd and 6, Kershaw. I tried to just slide the protection right so that we'll double team Lawrence. It did not work. He did not get double teamed at all, but the run worked, so it's fine in the end. 2nd and 9. Campbell, downfield, makes the catch. Almost got clothesline there a little bit, but holds on through the contact. Nice play from him. We should have a double team on Dexter Lawrence here, so I think this run might work, and it does. Let's go. 3rd and goal from the 5. Kershaw runs it on in. And there you have it. London takes the opening drive, gets the touchdown. The big play to Paul Campbell was the catalyst. Had a few run plays, some successful and some not so much, but in the end, 6 on the board for the Black Knights. 12 personnel for the Giants to start out. Going with the RPO. Oh my gosh. Oh, dude. DJ Chark ain't like that. I'm just going to tell you right now, he's not like that. 3rd and 10 for the Giants. Some pressure put on Jones, but what was that? Dude, I don't know why, but I cannot accurately path to a quarterback. It's just always, I don't know. Regardless, we ended up forcing the punt, which was truly awful. 3rd and 1. Faking the run because I don't trust it against Dexter Lawrence. Going downfield to Odom, and he caught it. Let's go. 2nd down and 10. Bullocks on the short out route has catch and run yardage for a first. 100 yards now for Cohen. This play's kind of odd. I don't know exactly what's going on here, but we'll run it. Oh, shoot. We're going to take a sack. Yeah, I think that was the first time I ran that play. There was a little bit too much crossing on the right side, and I didn't know what was going on. That's the beauty of coach suggestions. 2nd and long now. Going to Odom again, and we're going to get all of those yards. That play, whenever it gets suggested, we're picking it. Because nobody defends Doug Odom on that play for some reason. 2nd and goal. Going to Odom, and he is in for the touchdown. Not a ton of space there, but you're not going to get a ton of space in the red zone. First touchdown pass of the day. And 2nd London touchdown as they go up 14-0. This team is a well-oiled machine, and even without Jamal Arnaud, Fullback in for New York, but it's a play action, and it's picked off by Vincent. I couldn't tell there for a second if it was a pick or a catch. Tried to juke past that offensive lineman. Couldn't quite do it, but Vincent, second straight episode with a pick. It was great coverage. I thought Chark had that for a second, but no, it was always Vincent. We'll see if they actually do it this time. Nope. Alford, though, plenty of space. Breaks past a couple tackles. Michael Jackson, the football player, injured on the play. Kershaw motions out of the backfield here. You're not telling me I can't throw that away. Come on, Madden. That's so dumb. I guess we're running this Poco X dig that the game wants us to run every time it's third down and more than 10. I don't know why these playbooks are so bad at third and more than 10. It's like, run one play or be killed. And that's why I don't run it. It's got 2 routes and they're terrible, dude. I blame Madden for that pick. For running such a, just a dog crap play on 3rd and 26, dude. It's so bad. They had to have patched this game. There's been so many false starts by the Giants here. First down for them. That's like 3 false starts. I've never seen more than 1 in a game. Why did my guy just stand up? Don't want to get the roughing the passer there, and we won't. We'll also get the stop. Ball coming back to us, 7:46 left in the second. 2nd and 11, trying to get a screen. That's... I'm not running Poco, flip and dig. It is literally the worst play in the entire playbook. And it's the only thing coach wants to run. Instead, we're going to actually run a play that's going to get us a dang first down. Quick throw to Bullocks. He breaks a tackle. He's to the 22. Passing game is working. It's a good thing because the running game, not so successful. Going to Bullocks on 3rd and 8, and he makes the catch inside the 5. Offense looking clean. Alford scampers his way into the end zone. And things continue to be looking good for London. The weird thing about this double play feature in the game is you select to double team Dexter Lawrence. They'll never actually double team him, but he also won't get his inside stuff ability. So it's like you don't use the extra blocker, plus you nerf the ability. So I guess I just need to do that literally every single run play for the rest of the game. That one is incomplete. Slant to McLaurin. Good for a New York first. Ball back in for New York. Barkley just gets perfect blocking. Jones. Flushed out, but wide open is Chark. Covered by Dakota Rich. Chark injured on the play, though. Waller. Tough catch. To the flat. They got a one-on-one with Barkley, and he just makes Lastly look silly. And it's a New York touchdown. So they're not going to get shut out here in the first half. First and 10. Deep shot to Odom, and it's good. He stutters to get the defender to fly right by him, and he's to the 24. We had a little bit of pressure to score here with 1:23 left in the half. Just because Giants get the ball to start the second and just makes Stearns look silly there. Got to see that one again. Beautifully placed there. I guess they're Not going to show the starter set. Lame. We've got Doug Odom in the backfield here. And we're going to run a screen to him. Gets a couple of blocks. And he gets to the 3. Would have been sick if we could have had a Doug Odom screen for a touchdown. 3rd and goal from the 4. Open is Odom in the end zone. And it's going to be another touchdown. His 2nd of the day. Nice hot route there from Cohen, seeing the inside leverage from the defensive back. And Odom, did he get 2 feet in bounds? I think it looked like he did there. Not even going to be a review. So, wanted to get that extra score so that New York couldn't get this game to a 1-score difference to start the second half, and that's exactly what we did. That one is picked by Vincent. Ran the route for the receiver. Has a chance to take this back, and he does. A pick 6 to start the second half, and things are looking an awful lot like another London Black Knight victory, and another dominant one at that. We aren't just winning games, man. We are blowing people out, just making them feel bad about themselves. First down, New York on that route to Waller. The blocking. And the tackling. What the hell? Tackle him! I know he's good, but good night, bro. That one is going to be a sack. Gaffney got to him quickly. Did our defensive end just do the seatbelt animation? Bruh, you weren't covering nobody. What was that? This is a screen, but I was... Oh, that's going to be a touchdown. That's annoying. You can't allow a touchdown on a screen from that many yards out, man. Where's the rest of our team? 3rd and 4. I think we had Odom there. Instead, we just throw a duck. Just an absolute duck. This one is a give to Barkley. They've got the first down. I think they're gonna run. What? How Dakota? You know what? Maybe we are drafting a safety. How are you left it? How are you leaving a tight end that wide open on a simple flip and drag, bro, in man coverage? That's awful. Dude, how is that not a sack? I'm done with this stupid. I just have to click off of them when I get close, dude. That should be a sack 100 times out of 100. Just absolutely turned around as Anthony Torrance there. McLaurin open again, and it's a touchdown, New York. All of a sudden, this defense can't do crap in the second half. We have the pick 6, and then just 2 times we've allowed the New York Giants to just waltz down us. Just not even a little bit of resistance. 3rd and medium for the boys. Gotta escape pressure here, and we're gonna get the first. Okereke almost got us there. First down. Going to Campbell. That was a strike. What a throw from Cohen. One of his better of the day. 3rd and 10 from the 10. Don't love what I saw. Why are you stopping? I think it's going to be illegal touching anyway. I'm pretty sure he stepped out of bounds. So, that's exactly what it's going to be. Wanted him to get to the corner. He might have actually cleared by then, but AI pathing in Madden is trash. It's as trash as my pathing when I'm trying to sack a quarterback. Third and 6. Knocked out by Vincent. Let's go. Are they going to start going for it is the question. Yes, they are. Fourth and 6. Jones. Forced to go over the middle, and it's picked off by Vincent again. 3 picks by Malik Vincent in this game. Is pretty dang stellar, if I do say so myself. This guy is balling out. And a lot of talk from me. Anthony Torrance is the CB1, but Vincent over the last couple of episodes trying to throw his hat in the ring saying, at least I'm 1B. They've injured both of our tackles at this point because this game is so flipping terrible. It's ridiculous. Now that's probably a hold. Big surprise, it's a hold. If they decline it for 4th down, we're going for it, by the way. We're going for it. Fourth and 2. Going for this one. Oh gosh, we're not going to get it though. Tried to throw the ball, but it wouldn't let me. Sick game, man. Oh my gosh, Daniel Jones just sold a touchdown. Dakota Rich has been terrible in this game. 3rd and 6 for the boys. Oh, Jalen Randall with a sick move, but still going to be a first down, New York. That one over the middle, complete, but fumbled. But all right. Second and goal. Easy touchdown for Saquon Barkley. Second and 3. Alford. Big hole. And a big gain. Brings his average way up. I've asked the game to double team Dexter Lawrence every single run play this entire game. Guess how many times they've done it? Literally 0. That's stop injuring my lineman for F's sake, dude. That's the 3rd one this game. This game sucks, dude. Holy crap. That one deep into McLaurin. Third and 10. We make a stop, guys. Come on. What, dude? Dakota Rich is so bad at football. Holy crap. Dakota Rich, we do need to replace him. I'm heavily scouting safety now. This game, he's been absolutely thoroughly picked on. And New York is within flipping 3 points because our defense is dog crap, dude. Holy crap. Dakota Rich is probably worth 14 points in this game, I'd say. Honestly. Third and 1. Double A gap blitz for the Giants, but it doesn't matter. We got the first. We're just going to all but do it here for this ball game. We've got 3rd and 1. Giving it to Fowler, the fullback, and he gets the first down and more. Tried to get him a couple touches this game, didn't work out for us, but he will get the last touch, or the last meaningful touch, I should say. But now that this game's over, it ended up being a lot closer than it should have been. Defense was terrible. We could not run the ball for most of this game, which bad defense plus not being able to run the ball definitely makes looking away a lead pretty difficult. But for the rest of this episode, I kind of just want to talk about this franchise, because there's a very real possibility that this team wins the Super Bowl this year. I mean, I know it's very early to say that, but another win here. I think even though we won by 3, we dominated the Giants for the most of this game. We just had the least clutch defense of all time. And we beat good teams like the Cowboys last episode. It was a close first half, but not particularly close. Obviously, there's a chance we don't win the Super Bowl, but if we do, what are the plans for the franchise? Honestly, I think I talked about it in my MLB The Show episode of wanting to have franchises where, winning one championship doesn't mean the end of a franchise. But for this franchise, I do think it would be, and here's the reason. We've gotten to the point where we're just going to be winning a lot of games, and I understand that not a lot of people are interested in just watching me win a bunch of games, and I understand that. I know when I'm watching a franchise from like Mr. Hurricane or Bengal or whoever it may be, there's a lot of really good content creators out there that when they just start winning every time, it's less interesting. So I think if we end up winning the Super Bowl this year, it would be the end. And another thing, I think this might be the last series on this channel that is not CPU versus CPU. And here's the reason why. I feel like with Madden, even when you do a draft only, starting with nothing, can't sign free agents, it's still now 2 out of the 3 times. It's only taken me 3 years to really build the best team in the league. Cowan, you don't need to be better. You're fine, dude. Although, yeah, the defense actually sucked. You did need to be better today, but you don't need to be better in general. You're generally a flippin' amazing player. Just today, we obviously missed Jamal Arnaud. That was the worst defensive performance of the year in the second half. First half was fine. First half was great until the end. We have a long-term injury. Who is it? Jennings. Out of the 3 offensive linemen that got injured, I'm glad it's him, which is a real not nice thing to say. But I just feel like with Madden, you find the formula like every game. As soon as I unlock the code of what's working in terms of route combinations, in terms of coverage, blitzes, running plays that work, as soon as you crack that out, it's just really easy for me. I'm not saying that I'm this amazing Madden player. I don't think that I am. I think I'm a really solid Madden player. I've played in online leagues before and I've done decent. I'm not like the guy that's winning the championships in those leagues typically, but I do pretty well for myself. And so like I know I'm pretty decent at the game, but I know I'm not, great. And it's just once you figure out the way to beat the CPU in the game, you just start to rack up wins. As long as you have a quarterback that can actually throw accurate passes and you have the defense that can win the plays. And we have both of those. Cohen, much improved from last season, and the defense is the most insane defense I've ever built on Madden, and that's including the years I've played Madden from before I had the channel. Like, this defense is actually nuts. Figured out this very episode that we need to get a better get a better safety, because Dakota Rich, this single game proved to me that he's not the guy for us for the future. But yeah, I think, and I feel like I've cracked it. I know the plays that are working. I tried to nerf myself this year by forcing myself to the first 2 pages of coach suggestions. I have to pick those 6 plays, and oftentimes it's only like 4 or 5 because they're repeats. But now that we actually went to a playbook that's decent with the 49ers, a playbook that I've liked a lot, Lambert out for this game, that it just seems like I know the formula to win. And sometimes you're not going to win still, like the Eagles. But again, I don't even think our game plan was bad that game. I think I was just bad that game. And so I feel like we're just going to keep on winning. Now, one thing you could say is, hey, just make the sliders more difficult. And yeah, that's something you could do. But here's my thing with sliders. My goal with sliders is not to make the game difficult. My game with sliders is to make ratings important. Because if I make the sliders to a point where it's just going to be difficult no matter who I put on the field, then all of a sudden you lose a lot of incentive to build a good team, right? This defense is insane, but if I make the sliders to a point where the other team can go ahead and score 30 plus and get 400 yards on us every game, well, what was the point of building that really sick defense in the first place? You know what I mean? So that being said, I don't know if I believe the sliders are in a perfect spot. I'm just using what Matt 10 has with a couple of slight adjustments. I think defensively they're pretty fine. I think our defense plays well in these games, and they should, because they're a really good defense. I think offense might be slightly too easy though. We could mess around with that, but I don't know if it's going to be enough to make much of a difference in terms of our winning, because again, I feel like I've unlocked the code. I know what route concepts are winning, and I know what run plays are winning offensively, and so it's just kind of the one thing I could do is force myself, instead of having the first 2 pages, I always have to take the top left or the top middle or whatever. I have to choose that play no matter what. That just takes a lot of the fun out of the game for me. I at least like to have some ability to choose what I want and not just be forced in some of these. I'd be running that play we threw the pick on every 3rd and 10 plus, every single one. And that's a terrible play. I don't want to run that 12 times a game, and I would if I was forced to do that. And so I honestly think the fix is CPU versus CPU. I've said it a lot of times in my series that I am doing that are CPU that are versus CPU. It just takes your ability to play the game out of it and lets the game be much more focused on you just basically playing GM. There are some players that play franchise, I understand, to be more. Is this just a tie? No, we won, right? It's better not have been a tie. We flipping tied. No, we got the touchdown in overtime. So 11-1 now is the team. I understand that people don't want to necessarily watch us win every single episode. I do understand that, because not only do I create content, I'm a really big, sports franchise content fan. I watch other people's MLB The Show series. I watch other people's 2K series. I watch people's Madden series, and I feel the same. I feel that when teams start winning, it's not the most entertaining to watch every episode of that. And so I feel like as much as I might attempt to do something, it's gonna be like that. We could make it a little bit more interesting with some sliders, but again, I don't want to overdo it. Make the sliders just difficult for the sake of being difficult. Had that fumble return touchdown by Cowan today, and the interception for Jamal Arnaud. Welcome back. And so I think in future years, I was considering doing a CPU versus CPU for Madden 24, but I put it up to a poll, and more people wanted me to do the gameplay. And so I went with the votes. And so I understand that because that vote won for a gameplay, there's probably some people that aren't going to be happy that probably in the future I will be doing CPU versus CPU. I just think the benefits outweigh what the benefits are of doing me playing against the CPU. The one thing you're losing, really, I think the only benefit to me is that you lose me reacting to either myself screwing myself over or the game screwing myself over. Those are good reactions. I understand it. It's what makes Bengal an elite YouTube content creator for Madden, is, you know, reactions to when the game's screwing him over or when he makes dumb plays are incredible. And it's definitely something that's an asset to a YouTube franchise series. I just think it's taken me 3 years now, twice out of the 3 times, and it's honestly shocking that it took the San Antonio Express 5 years, our first ever attempt, because honestly I felt like that was our best team. I think the only reason it took 5 years is because we didn't get a decent quarterback until year 4 in that series, and we probably should have won the Super Bowl in year 4. But if you look back on that, we were definitely the best team in the league, starting like probably halfway through year 4. Ended up taking until year 5. So we might not win the Super Bowl this year. If we don't, we're playing a year 4. But I just want you to get prepared for the possibility that this might actually be the last year of this franchise, just because I think we're at a point where we're going to be winning a lot of games. As many years as we go, we're probably having records like this, or maybe even undefeated. Who knows? But Philadelphia 7-5. We're going to be at the link for this next game against the Eagles. The one team that's beaten us. I got to redeem myself in the next episode, and that will be the goal. Their 88 offense, definitely tough to stop, but we've got a nice 87 defense to counteract it. But yeah, that's all I have for this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. Be back soon with another, and I'll see you then.